do, whereas the Cardinals a little less experienced. And then when you're missing one of your better players, makes it that much more difficult.
Well, and Captain Allie Hedlund, first season as a goaltender, she's averaging more than 10 goals, or 10 saves per game through the first 4 for Coon Rapids, but you've got to imagine the team she's facing tonight will bring a lot of pressure her way.
When I talked to head coach Scott Zachman about this matchup in particular, and he said, we can't look past a team like Coon Rapids because they always play them tough. We've been on a roll. They just came off a 2-1 win over Elk River, really where they started out flat and kind of stayed that way.
We will take a short break and be back with kickoff. You're watching live girls high school soccer on CTN. Nice hands, drives and scores. Picked him off, beautifully done.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
Bengals with the opening possession. Terabeza momentarily disrupted things on the back end for the Bengals, and now stepping up is Jimenez to do the same. Bengals finally push it to the other side of midfield. Kostick able to turn it back over for the Cardinals. Stolen back by Sammy Proul on the far side. Coon Rapids will just send it in further and continue to try and pressure that back end of the Blaine Bengals.
I think the key for Coon Rapids tonight, Joe, is to keep them off the board early. Let them score early and take that momentum away. As long as Coon Rapids can stay in this contest, they have an opportunity, but they can't let Blaine dominate.
This one punched out over in front of the Coon Rapids bench.
Yeah, you talked about what a wonderful day it is. It's going to be a nice evening game, too, for the boys here later on.
This one cleared back to the near side. Crone will tap it back to get some help from Bennett. And now Bosley sending it up through the middle. A pass too far. Taken away by Lucy Wynn. Knobloch punches it in behind the Bengal defense. That one is going to go off of the attacking player out the end line, and a goal kick upcoming for the Bengals. Natalie Bennett with the pressure from Bailey Payne. Tess Enlow with the goal kick. Cardinals able to cross about 30 yards out, trying to regain possession. Knobloch, or Jimenez rather, around that right corner, trying to cross back. Terabeza trying to get back to it, but taken away by Proul. Moves it ahead for the Bengals. Turning is Sammy Proul. Pressured along the sidelines and forced out. It'll be a Bengal throw-in.
Well, so far early on, Cardinals trying to see what they can do about applying some pressure.
Passarella long behind the defense, but too far for Amber Crone to get to. Scooped up by Hedlund, and she boots it back near midfield.
Well, you talked about Hedlund stepping up and playing goal. she definitely has had her share of work here so far this season.
Not an easy position.
No.
And one that is normally turned to long before your senior season. But they needed a goalkeeper, and she stepped up. And Coach John Karen has been pretty impressed. First by the willingness to do so, and then how far she has come in such a very short amount of time. Bengals is able to regain possession near midfield, play it near side for Crone. And we've got a Coon Rapids player down. It's Molly Knobloch. And that would be a huge loss.
It would be. You know, you already talked about Red Sinai being out for a bit in a shortened season, and you know, she's trying to put some weight on it. She's in pain.
Hopefully nothing more than a cramp.
That might be. We have a replay. If we saw something that she twisted an ankle, it was right before that. I didn't get a chance to see what happened, but looks like it's an ankle. But she's staying. She's tough.
Yeah, I think it's a
cramp.
It's a cramp for sure.
I hope that's all it is.
Into the corner, punched away out of bounds.
Throw it for the Bengals.
Number 10 walking, well, you just saw number 10 walking in your picture for Blaine. And we talked about her, Kendall Stadden, 10 goals on the season, 10 goals and an assist in 4 games. Very strong, a physical player. So you'll see that here this evening.
Lucy Wynn got in, got the steal, got run over, drew the penalty, and the free kick for Coon Rapids taken by Peyton Taylor. Settled near midfield by Bennett for Blaine. Near side for Crone. Back to Bennett. She'll work with Natalie Bennett. Natalie Bennett ahead to Jordan Passarella. Passarella gets it to Stadden. Across. Feed through by Prohl was unsuccessful. Cleared out the far side, but will stay inbound.
You saw they tried to feed Stadden in the middle.
This one cleared in on Hedlund. She'll scoop it up, and that'll give her an opportunity to get some breathing room. Jada Kennedy can't settle it. Throwing for the Cardinals in front of the Blaine bench. Knobloch going to get a breather and jogging off a little tiny bit gingerly maybe, but Lila Hosick fresh on the field for her. Taps it ahead. Too far for Tara Beza. Turned around by Janessa Bennett. Collision along the far sideline and a Coon Rapids foul. As Sammy Prohl was taken to the turf. Tried to get it to Stadden. She's pressured from all sides. Comes back and gets a steal. Trying to find a little bit of room. Pass doesn't get through. Turned around by Kostick. Here's Passarella. She'll take a long shot that's well wide and high out the far side. Goal kick, Coon Rapids.
Yeah, she thought she had an opportunity to gain that far corner, but way off mark.
Kepke, the kick out, quickly turned around again by the Blaine Bengals. A shot and a goal for Gina Kennedy.
Kennedy did a really nice job controlling the ball, moving the ball in between a couple of defenders, and then got a solid shot at the net. And you can see why Blaine is undefeated on the season. They've got a number of players that can work themselves open. Good footwork on the play, and then a nice shot and the goal.
And a great little fake and give from Passarella to set her up. And in that close, that net's pretty big. And no chance for Hedlund to get over there.
That's Kennedy's second goal of the season.
Lucy Wynn's pass broken up by Lauren Bosley. Played back near side and then into the middle for Passarella. Head to Stadden, tries to go to the corner, way too far for Crone. Turned around and cleared out of bounds by the Cardinal defense. Stadden trying to work her way toward the middle. A group of white jerseys following. This one is set up and the shot just high and wide for Janessa Bennett.
Again, I like the way they move the ball around. They get players open and then they're quick to the shot.
Well, Coon Rapids being very, very careful with Kendall Stadden, and she's aware of that, and that leaves other people open. There's another look.
And look at the footwork to get the ball to get to open space, so she has an opportunity for that shot.
And for the Cardinals, number 21, Grace Stevenson.
Thrown into the middle for Claire Prohl. Prohl back down into the near corner. Crone will settle one-on-one against Kostick, poked out of bounds, and a throw-in. Menez trying to get a foot on it, but can't. It's recovered by Passarella. Her pass broken up momentarily by Tara Beza. Now a long run on the far side for Ava Kerr. Kerr tied up with her opposite number in Janessa Bennett just across midfield. Another pass back broken up by Bennett. Turning within the middle is Claire Prohl. She'll tap it back, and now she'll get it back. Near side, Natalie Bennett with a little bit of green. Down into that corner, tapped away again by Kostick in front of Amber Crone.
You can see Blaine slowly starting to take control of this match, keeping the ball down in the Cardinal end, doing a really nice job of using their set plays and finding opportunities.
Setting it back, and again, got it to Stadden, tapped away out of bounds immediately. Good setup there for Lauren Bosley, and she airmailed it. Another goal kick coming up.
We've seen about 10 minutes go by so far. Blaine with that early 1-0 lead.
Kerr got it ahead for Tara Beza, out off of Bennett. Coon Rapids throw-in.
Cardinal throw-in.
Coon Rapids would like to establish some sort of presence down in the Blaine end, but they have to be able to set something up. Blaine doing a good job of taking things away, as you saw there.
At the very beginning, they did a good job of using their speed on the front end to get it into that Blaine defense and really force the defenders to work. But haven't been able to get it back to that line of the Bengals and get the pressure there in time since about 2 minutes in. The Bengals just so good at getting it turned around and getting it at least to their midfields, and typically in the hands of their attackers pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Kostick, the throw-in, a little too far for Stevenson. Bengals clear it away.
Cardinal throw-in.
Short throw-in to Lucy Wynn. Wynn turns to her left, tries to find the corner. Crossing out front, there's Tara Beza, got it past the keeper. Continues to jam, and the Cardinals are on the board. Ava Kerr finally finishing it off.
Oh, that's a great opportunity for Coon Rapids. They take advantage of a miscue by Blaine and a turnover right in front of their own net. At first, I wasn't sure that the Cardinals were going to be able to capitalize, Joe, but they did a really nice job of staying with it and able to get that goal.
And again,
that's
this
important.
is exactly what I talked about. Get that pressure on those defenders. Tara Beza forcing the issue, gets it past the keeper, and then Ava Kerr able to clean up. Doesn't have to be pretty to count.
Just got to find the back of the net.
And this one's tied at 1-1.
And that's a huge boost for these Lady Cardinals. It's a great opportunity here. You come in playing a team that's undefeated and they score first, but you come back and you tie it up.
Well, and if the Cardinals want to be successful, they have to continue to get it to the back end of the Blaine field and away from all the talented scorers that they have, because obviously through the midfield and into their attack, they are very strong and have a number of different girls that they can use to attack with. Kennedy trying to get it back to Crone, shielded off it by Kostick, and it is cleared away out of bounds by Peyton Taylor.
Well, they're averaging 4 goals a game, so that's pretty good. They've scored 16 goals, now 17, but 16 in their first 4.
Long clear. Stevenson gets around. It's played off of her and out by Molly Clausen. Kennedy one touches it back, then played ahead, too far for Claire Pearl. Coon Rapids turns around. Jimenez works it back for Kerr. Ahead, Tara Bay's a long run. Can't get there before Bennett clears the other way. Tapped out of bounds by Kepke. Keeping it away from Kendall Stadden.
And that's what you want to do. You have to know where number 10 is on the field at all times. She can score from pretty much anywhere, in close, just outside the box. She's a pretty good soccer player.
After a tie-up puts a couple of players on the floor, Jimenez able to come in and take the loose ball. Pushed it ahead, but then taken down, tripped up, and a free kick for the Cardinals. Peyton Taylor will deliver it right down the middle, headed away by the Bengals. Kerr trying to run onto it, didn't get the strike she would have liked. It's wide, and a goal kick upcoming for Tessa Enlow.
Yeah, and there's a defender right behind her, so she had to react quickly if she wanted to get a shot off.
Knobloch back out there. She plays ahead. That's stopped up by Natalie Bennett. Turned around. Shiloh is pressured, has it taken away by Knobloch. Cleared back to the right side. Tracked down by Janessa Bennett. Moves it along the sidelines. Turned around, then right back toward midfield. And Coon Rapids will regroup back to Anna Kepke.
Throw in Cardinals.
Throw in near midfield is
throw in Bengals.
Off of Griffith, right back out of bounds to the Bengals. Turning with it is Shiloh. She's got some room. We'll play it back near side for Natalie Bennett. Here is Crone right at midfield. Pass was behind Shiloh, taken away by Jimenez. Jimenez boots it behind, race for Tara Beza. She got tangled up, and Bennett went down, Janessa Bennett, so.
She got a bit of a push.
Settled on the other side of midfield, broken up by Knobloch. Sent along by Griffith. Tara Beza challenging and touches it last. She tried to pressure Janessa Bennett. Throw-in goes to Stadden. Stadden waits, plays across. Natalie Bennett ahead for Amber Crone. Shiloh now. Works it back. Janessa Bennett. And her pass broken up by Bailey Payne all the way back in on Enlow.
Well, Cardinals, I think feeling a little confident at this point that they're doing a fairly good job of keeping it, or at least attempting to keep it down in the Blaine end.
Well, they really have ever since Blaine scored. Yeah. Which was right at 7 minutes into this contest. They've done a much better job of just keeping the ball at the other end getting clears
Throw in for the Bengals.
in their own defensive end and not allowing the Bengals to set up and
Throw in for the
they
Bengals.
do a wonderful job, the Bengals have in setting up
They do. What's that?
other players, drawing attention and getting players good open looks, but haven't seen any just in the last couple of minutes.
Well, the Cardinals I think they'll have adjusted a little bit in the defensive end of keeping some more bodies down there.
Bosley will play it back for Bennett. Back in the middle. Pass taken away, and that's not offside, but apparently a breakaway for Stevenson. Slows down, has it tipped away.
Yes.
Bailey Payne running on.
There were 3 blue jerseys back there with her. It was tough.
Well, she was 3 steps behind him when the ball was struck. I didn't understand why that wasn't an offside, but Stadden comes over, challenges, wins a collision, and it's out off of her, but slow to get up on the far side is Belinda Griffith. There's the strike, and there you see, I mean,
she was definitely offside.
She can have offside if you strike it from that side of midfield.
Well, that's the only way I'm thinking of, because it was clear. It was clear. The officials would have called it.
Oh, he was right. He was
right there with her. Yep.
Cardinals throwing.
Stadden back to recover. Can't get past Lodato the way she thought she would. Back out, the Cardinal throw it.
Throw in for Coon Rapids.
Belinda Griffith took a hard fall. She's out on the sideline, kind of trying to shake things off a little bit. Didn't see what happened. But
Poke into the corner. Tara Beza racing for it. Poked away out of bounds by Lauren Bosley.
seems to be okay. Just
cross attempt in too deep. Scooped up by Tess Enlow. High boot back near the mid side. A little bit of a shrug there by Peyton Taylor as she threw Jordan Pesella to the
just a little shoulder
turf, and Blaine will have a good position for this boot. Natalie Bennett waits to take it. Pesella let it go through. Crone couldn't get to it, but was able to block the clear attempt, and that one is blocked off of Kerr out the M line, and now a corner kick upcoming. Well, the trainer went over and talked to, was it Grace Steve? No, it was Belinda Griffith.
Yep.
And is already back on this side of the field, so
that's a good thing.
Seems to be okay. Another block off the Cardinals and out the end line, so another goal kick up, or corner kick up coming. It was goalkeeper Allie Hedlund that got to the initial one first. This one will be played up high and out away from the net, headed down to the corner and cleared out the sideline. Good hustle by Sarah Force. Initially headed it down and then able to keep it from going out the end line and avoid a third straight corner kick.
Alex Medea Sanchez coming in for the
Middle broken up by Knobloch out of bounds. Bennett into Passarella. Passarella over to the far side. Pass into Stadden was denied. Terabeza broke things up. Continues to battle with Passarella. Now shields her. Stays in control. Passarella able to get it over to Stadden. Stadden marked quickly and then knocked away by Molly Knobloch. Knobloch's pass past Sarah Forrest and out of bounds.
You see the time, about 17 minutes remaining in this opening half. We're tied at 1. Coon Rapids has to be pleased that that's exactly where it is. Talked about at the beginning of the game, not to let them dominate early, and they haven't. They've played the Bengals pretty tough here.
Throwing Cardinals.
Bosley will play it back to Enlow. High off the chest of Bosley, but able to get it to Bennett. Now ahead for Shiloh. Back to Bosley. Bosley pursued by Jimenez up near midfield. Left side for Molly Clausen. And ahead on the wing for Sammy Proul. Proul stops up. Slips past one defender. Trying to get that corner over to help out as Kepke off of her and out the end line. Another corner kick for the Bengals.
Yeah, and Stadden is right there at the doorstep waiting for an opportunity to see if she can feed her something across. We talked about how physical she is. She has a presence there in front of the net.
Clausen with the boot, headed away by Kepke. Clausen will get there first. Crossing out front, settled by Passarella, ahead for Stadden. Stadden in some traffic, turns back to her right, shoots, and it is up and out of play off a deflection, and another corner kick for Blaine.
Well, it was a nice defensive play for Coon Rapids. I'm not sure it was that Kepke. I'm not sure who got a piece of that, but whoever did, opportunity to clear it away, and you can see the move in front of the net by Stadden.
Sanchez's boot right to the middle of the group, but somehow makes it through. Tap back for Bosley, and now all the way back for Simi, near side, out of the reach of Bennett. It was over her head, out of bounds, turnover back to Coon Rapids. Reinhardt punches it down into the Blaine end. It will stay in play. Simi will play it back to the netminder Enslow. Bailey Payne underneath that one, and goal kick for the Bengals.
First 2 goals. What are you doing?
Well, if you could hold the Bengals to, sure, there's still plenty of time left in this first half, but just to the 1 goal, that's pretty good for the Cardinals, for a team who's scoring on average 4 goals per game. And they seem to have really done a nice job getting defenders back when Blaine has numbers.
Well, in the Bengals have controlled. They've had some good chances. They've had a couple of golden opportunities within a stretch of just a couple of minutes as Passarella and Stadden both went down. Is it Anna Kepke that went up against both of them?
I think
they both
so.
went down. She came away with the ball.
That's called tough, being tough.
Shiloh's pass broken up by Knobloch. But outside of that couple of minutes, they've spent some time down there, haven't gotten great opportunities. They've had, I think, 4 corner kicks now, but have not been able to generate great scoring chances off of those set plays. Coon Rapids, again, when they have gotten the ball this far or deeper and put some pressure on the back end of the Bengals, they've been able to make some things happen, including a goal, obviously. Here's Stadden with the longest she's held the ball all game. She tried to send it through and too far, scooped up by Edlin. And that says a lot, too, is that was the longest she has possessed the ball. And Reinhardt shaken up behind the play.
But holding her knee. That seems to be okay. Now she's limping a little bit. Hopefully she's okay. Get a chance to get on the bench. Well, I'm sure a trainer will be on their way.
Bailey Payne missed it mid-bounce. Sammy Prule's pass broken up by Koepke. Ahead for Jimenez. Coming back to it is Payne. That's pushed away by Bennett. Nice little give and go as Passarella gets to it in the corner. Trying to turn back against Peyton Taylor. Good battle, and Taylor able to poke it free.
Throw in Blaine.
Again, if the Cardinals can continue to keep it out of the middle, they're winning the battle down there defensively.
Stadden fakes the shot, tries to get around Payne, gets a shot on goal, but Edlin in position to make the save.
Yeah, it didn't have a lot on it.
Another turnover, but one right back by Molly Knobloch, and then a foul will give Blaine a free kick.
Calling for the trainer. They do have a cart that runs around. I'm not sure if the trainer is walking on the far side. Coach Karen not happy with the fact that it's taking so long to get somebody over.
Sanchez pressured, gave it up to Jimenez, gets it back now, taps it to Bennett. Passarella into the middle for Shiloh, back to Passarella. Passarella walking in, looking for some room, a shot and a goal. And the Blaine Bengals take a 2-1 lead.
That was pretty. She pulled Hedlund a little bit to her left and was able to put that in the far corner. That was a pretty goal by Passarella. See it again. There's a nice pass feed over to her. She's going to look like she's going to the outside and then come back. And then that finds that far, curves it right into that far corner.
For the Bengals, number 2.
That'd be
fake.
her first goal.
Pascarella.
First goal of the season.
Pascarella plays it back across her body into the far side. And the Bengals restore their 1-goal lead. Sanchez pressured by Kostick along the near side. Got it over to Shiloh. Shiloh bumped off it, but a little too aggressive, and that'll get the foul. Looking at the knee
Maddie Reinhardt.
of Maddie Reinhardt. Bennett's pass broken up by Knobloch. Able to recover with Sammy Prule. Prule cuts back against Payne, finds a little bit of room in the middle. A good strong shot, but just sailing wide for Alina Shiloh.
And you can see how well they do moving, setting up their offense. Again, good crisp passes, and they find that open player with the opportunity to get a shot on net.
Stadden turning off the header, looking for room on her right. Her shot is blocked. Cardinals unable to clear. Prule battling for the Bengals, goes to the turf, and Cardinals feel that should be a yellow card as Pearl clearly kicking and tripping Jimenez. Move the Cardinal kick a ways back too.
Bengal throw in.
Unfortunately, it spins out of bounds, and Blaine will have a throw in near midfield. Shiloh staying with it, able to regain possession, poked away out of bounds by Jamie Jimenez. Stadden along the sideline, working against Taylor. Taylor able to poke it free. Bailey Payne will play it a long way the other way, tracking it down and playing back to the keeper is Sidney Simi. And Henslow quickly turns it around far side for Clausen.
Yeah, she did a nice job of just getting it back upfield.
Cardinals able to disrupt again near midfield. Clausen breaks up that pass across, got it back for Shiloh. Shiloh pressured and fouls Bailey Payne with a little bit of an elbow. The two 14s have scrapped a little bit early on in this one. A little more than 7 minutes remaining in the opening half. The undefeated Blaine Bengals, 8-2-1 lead on the goal in the 30th minute by Jordan Pascarella. Prohl trying to push it ahead, broken up by Koepke.
Yeah, Koepke did a nice job because she had Stadden on the run.
Lodato sends it along. And Simi, under pressure from Terabeza, clears it way out of danger.
Lila Hosick coming into the game for the Cardinals.
Into Coon Rapids, number 8, Lila.
Wins throwing, trying to get it to Jimenez, taken away by Claire Prohl. Pushed through the middle, broken up by Koepke. Knobloch dances, pushes it into the corner. Terabeza will get there, looking to cross out front too deep. Stevenson was there, but Henslow able to get it covered. Sammy Prohl, pressured by Lucy Wynn. Wynn called for the foul. Pascarella for Silo. Back to Pascarella. Sanchez trying to skip it ahead to Pascarella again. Out to challenge was Hedlund, and she's able to win it back.
Yeah,
That was risky.
It was very
but it
risky.
paid off.
You know, being a goaltender, sometimes you have to have ice in your veins. You just have to go out there and challenge.
Shiloh to Sanchez. Into the middle, broken up by Jimenez. Now it's the Blaine sideline questioning why there's no card. And
there you saw.
another look at the collision.
Yep.
And
Hedlund coming out being aggressive.
Taylor just trying to impede the progress without fouling the attacking Pascarella. Here's another chance in close, and Hedlund able to get there and scoop it up.
And the Bengals applying continued pressure down in the Cardinal end.
Pascarella called for the collision with Peyton Taylor. Time winding down here in the first half.
Bengal throw in.
Natalie Bennett waiting to throw in. Cardinals making some more substitutions. I believe that was Lalesa
In
Ramnerace.
for Blaine number 4, Jada Kennedy.
Checked in. Yes, it was. Clausen settling for the Bengals. Bosley
Cardinals number 3,
had to come back for that pass. Now gets around Wynn. Ramnerace trying to get in her way. Plays it to Stadden down in the left corner. Stadden. Shot is blocked and does not make it out the end line. So a punt for Allie Hedlett.
Yeah, good defense. You're trying to mark with their best player, and she's trying to score from out top. A little further out, just get a piece of it. Prevents that
2
opportunity.
minutes remaining in the first half. Blaine throw.
Hosick plays that one out of bounds. Enslow near side for Natalie Bennett. Into the middle for Bosley. Ahead for Kennedy. Kennedy had the first goal of the game for Blaine. Pass ahead, broken up. Gonna try and feed it again. Again, Simi in the way. Wynn trying to get it through. This time it's Bosley breaking it up. Wynn battling against a couple of Blaine players. Hosick had her pocket picked by Sanchez. Kennedy trying to get it back to Sanchez. Poked away by Hosick. Cleared and out off of the Bengals with just under a minute remaining.
Well, the Cardinals, you know, they have to feel they played pretty well in the first half, even though they're trailing 2-1. Defensively, they've come up big a couple of times where Blaine's had some opportunities. They put a little bit of pressure in on the Blaine net.
Well, yeah, and I think if before the game, if you had talked to Coach John Kieran and said it's going to be 2-1 at the end of the first half, he would say he wished it was 2-1 the other way, but for the most part, I think he would have said, hey, well, that's a good game.
Agreed.
We're okay if we're down 1 at the half. Bengals, certainly with the weapons and the offense that they've shown early on in the season, could have put more on the board. They did generate some good scoring chances, certainly more than the Cardinals. The Cardinals took advantage of their one great scoring opportunity, and Ava Kerr poked it to the back of the net. I believe her first goal of the season. And we get to the halftime with Blaine leading Coon Rapids 2-1. You're watching live girls high school soccer on CTN.
After quarantine, everyone's bound to look a little different. Some people gained a little weight, others lost some. Some had longer hair or a new beard. With Joe and Howie, it was a little different. Don't get me wrong, they acted like the same old Joe and Howie. What they came back with, a different energy. But something was off.
Hello everyone and welcome to Sports Night. I'm Joe Young. And I'm Howie Shapiro. And it really
Watching your favorite Cardinals sports live is getting even easier. Whether it's CTN Cable Channel 859, the CTN Facebook and YouTube pages, or now live on our Twitter page. You choose how you want to watch Cardinal Nation. With CTN, you'll be able to catch all the big plays, all the emotion, and all the fun of Coon Rapids sports. CTN Coon Rapids, stay connected.
Jason, let's go see your room.
How was it? Is it good?
Bengals came in 3-0-1, a clear favorite over the Cardinals at 1-3. And they have shown why they have had so much success, a lot of different weapons that they can call upon. Jana Kennedy got the scoring started 7 minutes into the game. And they didn't have that lead for very long. It was just about 6.5 minutes later, really, when Lucy Wynn wins a ball down in, crosses it out front, touched by Terabeza, past the keeper, the block there, and the finish by Ava Kerr. Made it 1-1 until just over 10 minutes remaining. Great little head fake and a solid shot from Jordan Pascarella. Put Blaine back in front 2-1. That's where we stand.
And you've kept the leading scorer Kendall Stadden off the board so far here.
Well,
in the
really
second
off
half.
the ball for most of that 40 minutes. She had a couple of shots, nothing real dangerous. But Coon Rapids marked her tight and had support coming anytime the ball got to her. That did leave some of her teammates open, and they got some really good scoring opportunities from a number of other players because of the attention being paid to Stadden when she was near the ball. But Coon Rapids, again, when they have been successful, it's when they've gotten the ball deep in the Blaine end and pressured the Blaine defenders.
Yeah, and they have not been shut out in that area. They have gotten down there a couple of times, and Blaine, it could be a higher score at this point too, because Blaine has had those opportunities that Coon Rapids has done a nice job of coming over and getting a piece of the ball or getting it to go wide. There you see the boys. Blaine's soccer team going to play next. They're undefeated at 4-0.
Exactly the start they were hoping for, and we will get a chance to see what they have to offer against the Coon Rapids team. Still looking for its first victory. That is the second game of the doubleheader, but we've got a second half to get through yet. Midway through the girls soccer contest, Blaine Bengals 2, Coon Rapids 1. You're watching live girls high school soccer on CTN.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born, and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
Coon Rapids will have the opening possession to start the second half, trailing 2-1 against the Blaine Bengals. Stopped up by Bosley, turned around. Kennedy skips it back to her right. Almost got past Knobloch, but Knobloch comes away with the ball. She's trying to weave her way through some Blaine defenders. Plays it deep into the corner. Lucy Wynn with a long run. There in front of her is Janessa Bennett, who turns and plays it out the sideline.
You know, obviously not talking to head coach John Caron during the break, but you know, I think he's got to be happy with the way the girls played, the intensity and the good defensive effort, but I think just get some more opportunities inside.
Well, this is the part that they've done well, is when they have Blaine deep, their pressure has clearly or should be enough to concern the Bengals.
Yeah, should be is the key word, definitely.
Throw in for the Bengals.
But so far today, once they get it to the midfield forward, the Bengals have looked very solid and they've controlled the ball. You know, Molly Knobloch, obviously a noticeable force for the Cardinals in the middle of their defense.
Right.
Has broken up a lot of things, but they are very good through the midfield and into the attack. And as with any sport, the more time you can spend on your opponent's side of the field, typically the better.
Yeah, I would agree. Saw a quick shot of Maddie Reinhardt, had some ice around that knee, so we'll see if she's done for the evening.
Prull's pass too far ahead of Kennedy, taken away by Jamie Jimenez. Jimenez challenged by Bosley, ends out of bounds just in front of the Blaine bench. Pascarella turns, has a little bit of room, challenged by Knobloch, sends it down the near sideline out in front of Sammy Prull.
Throw in for the Cardinals.
Well, Coon Rapids, their biggest key coming out of here, do not let Blaine get up by that 3-1 score. Do whatever you can to keep them off the board, keep that deficit at 1 goal, see what you can do about tying it up. That's not going to be an easy chore.
Kostick can't stop up the long pass. Challenging Crone along the far sideline. Jimenez gets the steal. Will give and go back from Knobloch, but then it's stolen away by Ashley Therian, and down goes Jimenez.
Yeah, we've seen her a couple of times tonight. Ball hard to the turf. See if she's okay. We're gonna see what happened there. Kind of got hip to hip, and then a knee to the head. I think that's the biggest thing.
Well, we talked about it earlier. You know, Coon Rapids already with some injuries coming in. Rory Ritzenaya, one of their strong players up front, sidelined at least for a couple more weeks. Maddie Reinhardt already out of this game, had some ice on the knee, and now Jamie Jimenez, a big part of their the middle of their midfield.
Well, we got a shout out from former girls head coach Jeff DeJoy, former girls soccer coach and lacrosse coach. Watching
and boys
and boys soccer, correct? Yep. He's listening to the dulcet tones of Joe Yund and putting up with me.
Knobloch turns in the middle, finds a little bit of room, a shot from a ways out, but it's well over the mark. And a goal kick coming up for Enlow.
But again, just continue, try for Coon Rapids, get some pressure out in front of the net and just try and make something happen.
Pascarella staring down Hosick one-on-one. They try and pass around, but that's broken up by Peyton Taylor. Terabeza pressuring on Bennett. Bennett gets it ahead to Prohl, but not before it goes out of bounds.
Cardinal throw in.
So do we have two sets of twins on their starting lineup?
I think it might be. I was looking at their...
Because both Bennett's and Prohl's are both seniors.
Yep.
Throw in for the Bengals.
Prohl, not a terribly common name, while Bennett is, or more common. Kennedy has it stripped away by Peyton Taylor. Peyton Taylor, the sidelines and out.
Bengals throwing.
That's hustle from the ball girl.
That is hustle.
Bennett plays it into the middle, settled by Kostick. Running on is Ava Kerr. Kerr, the goal scorer for the Cardinals. Again, resetting things are the Bengals at midfield. The pass ahead, though, broken up by Lodato. Here's Lucy Wynn, a boot into that back line. Clausen pressured out off of Terabeza. Stadden working her way in, tips it over to Sammy Prohl, jamming down the left sideline, is shot in, and Hedlund makes it look easy.
That's right. Got the shot in on her. You're right, Hedlund. Right into her, so it did make it look easy.
Pascarella will head fake over to Prohl on the left wing. Prohl one-on-one against Lodato. Crosses to the far corner. That's headed and loose towards Stadden. Cleared away by Koepke out of bounds out the end line. So a corner kick.
Corner kick coming for the Bengals.
Opportunity for the Bengals. It's better than letting Stadden have it where she was.
Well, yeah, because that's her where she lives is right in front of that net. Now an opportunity for the Bengals to see if they can score on a set play.
Therian goes short post. Tipped right back out of bounds, and we'll try again. Macy Lodato guarding the post. Header by Pascarella. Loose. Pascarella, shot punched away. Stadden trying to recover. Pressured by Kerr, plays it back. Pascarella. Kostick finally able to dig it free and send it out of bounds for the Cardinals.
Yeah, a good play by Kostick too. It just alleviates some of that pressure, push it wide, get your defense set back up again. But again,
well, it's a great opportunity for
there.
Pascarella, and good play by Elena Hedlund. Sammy Prohl spins and fires up over the net, and a goal kick for the Cardinals.
Well, they weathered a bit of a storm.
Well, you know, when you play a team like the Blaine Bengals, with the start they've had, you're going to have to weather some storms.
Yep.
Molly Terabeza, a brief break and rare break.
Yeah, coming in is Macy Lodato.
Checking in for Coon Rapids, number 21, Grace Stevens.
Grace Stevens. Sorry, I just saw the 2 and I thought.
I'm with you. I see you.
Halfway there.
Looked like Molly Knobloch was still stretching out that calf. Had the cramping issue early in the first half. Kennedy taps it back for Janessa Bennett. Bennett into the middle for Therian. Therian working against Taylor. Taps it back. Bennett ahead. This one's going to skip through where Hedlund can scoop it up. just about 10 minutes into this second half. Bengals certainly in control of the tempo, and they have generated some opportunities, but for now, Coon Rapids just one bounce away from tying this one back up.
And they did, they got a lucky bounce on their first goal.
I don't consider that one
well,
lucky.
Maybe not lucky, but that was hard. It was overplayed by the goaltender.
Gritty goal.
But hey, absolutely, they worked for it.
Waiting for it on the far side is Amber Crone, trying to get around Kostick in the corner. Kostick able to shield her off and let it run out of bounds and get the goal kick. Good defensive play.
Yep. So socially distant crowd across the way from us. Coon Rapids fans, I believe, mostly.
That is the way they draw it up. Opposing fans have their own exit.
How about broadcasters?
Any cross germination. Shot from Stadden, diving save. Cleared away out of bounds by Lodato.
Throw in for Blaine.
Do we have to climb down that rope ladder?
Yeah, exactly right. But we have to wait until after
everyone's
gone and has the arena has been cleared for a half hour
and cleaned
and disinfected. Left-footed shot just off the top of the crossbar and out of bounds. Great shot by Claire Poole. Between a couple of Blaine players, she was aggressive and physical, and
she put a shoulder into her.
Then a little bit too much. She wins this battle, takes Pearl off, it gets turned around, and then Pascarella hit the turf pretty hard.
She did.
Cardinals stop up the impasse and get it turned around quickly. Claire Prohl back to Sammy Prohl. The shot punched up and over by Elena Hedlund. She's earning her keep tonight.
Well, you can see this Blaine team is not just all stat, and there are a number of players that can score obviously by tonight, but they do a really nice job of working the ball around, and she settled it well and got it high, but Hedlund able to poke it over the top of the net.
Another corner kick opportunity. This one headed by Stadden. Comes right back to Therian, and Therian punches it across the far side. Not going to make it out the end line, so the Cardinals trying to tack up the left wing. Bailey Payne on the run. Pursued, stopped up by Bosley, turned right back for Bennett. In the middle, Prohl. Passes through, Lodato. Send it back where Taylor can get it along. Poked ahead by Griffith. Bailey Payne firing it and taking off down the sidelines. Punched away out of bounds by Molly Clausen.
Yeah, Clausen beat her to the ball and just pushed to the side. Again, setting up the Bengal defense.
Cardinal throw in.
Right back to Kostick. Plays it back for Peyton Taylor. Ahead, that pass intercepted by the Bengals. And moved further along by Janessa Bennett. Koepke gets it turned back in the Cardinal direction. Stopped up by Clausen. Pascarella near midfield. Hands it off for Prohl. Claire Prohl looking for Sammy Prohl back down in the left corner. Prohl trying to cross in, close off Koepke out of bounds, and another corner kick, I think number 7 for the Bengals in this game.
Koepke's been active, but defensively just really doing a nice job of
She's
being
had to
a pass. Yeah, she had to.
She's a very good player back
Yep.
there, and they bring a lot of pressure. Punched at by Headland. Cleared away out the far sideline by Griffith. Clausen at the back end of the the Bengal defense, near side for Janessa Bennett, into the middle. Stadden to Pasquarella. Pasquarella trying to split a couple of defenders. Stops up, leaves it back for Stadden. Stadden to Prohl, back to Pasquarella. A shot that's up, over, and out of play.
They do such a pretty job of those setting up their offense. They work it well to each other, and again, just too much on that.
Headed down by
In for Coon Rapids, number 11,
Prohl,
Jamie Jimenez.
stopped up by Bosley. Prohl punches it back to Bennett. Her pass through the middle, taken away by Jamie Jimenez, who's tripped up. And
Oh,
Jimenez.
She's had a rough day.
Slow to get up again.
It looks like her shoulder. Yeah, she's taken a lot of it today. There you see a hard fall landing on that left shoulder, and that's what gave her pause originally.
Payne's through pass, broken up by the header of Bennett. And here's Sammy Prohl. Near side against Macy Lodato. Ahead, getting Stadden behind the defense. Tracked down by Peyton Taylor. Stadden troubled, got to it, and pokes it home.
She did a nice job again, using her physicality and staying with it, then just kind of sliding on the ball and pushing it past Headland for the goal. That's number 3 for the Bengals. First one for Stadden, her 11th of the season.
Well,
and again, look at just being physical.
Peyton Taylor, rather, doing everything she could to pressure her as long as she could, and then a sprawling attempt by Elena Headland comes up empty, and it's a 3-1 lead for the Blaine Bengals. And just a sophomore.
Yeah.
11th goal of the season.
Yep. Not bad. And a little cushion now for the Bengals, up by 2 goals.
It's a big goal.
It is.
Especially with how much they've been in control of this second half. They still were 1 bounce away from being tied. But now a little more breathing room, so see if it changes the complexity or the pace of the contest at all. Knobloch comes over, challenges, and takes it away from Sammy Prohl. Prohl able to get it right back for the Bengals to Claire Prohl. Over to Stadden, steps past Lodato, pressured by Jimenez, who goes down. Stadden trying to work back against a couple of Cardinals, leaves it back for Claire Prohl. Prohl looking for some room, flips it toward the net. It goes wide, and a goal kick coming up for Coon Rapids.
Molly Knobloch is down, and she was grabbing her ankle.
Back near midfield. An indefinite pain. We saw the cramp that she had earlier, and it looked like she had been able to work that out, and I don't know if that, I don't think that's the problem this time. Jordan Pasquarella over to
Checking in for the Bengals, number 9, Ellie Meehan.
The trainer has been busy with the Cardinal players.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can see what happened.
Hard to tell it, and then it looked like she just sat down.
See it one more time. Oh yeah, she just turned her ankle, got caught in the turf, or the tip of her toe got caught in the turf. She's walking off under her own power, and that's a good sign.
Gingerly.
Yeah, but at least putting weight on it.
And again, the injuries, hard to emphasize the importance of the players that they're losing. Not only the numbers, but the quality. I mean, some of their top players with this is the second time that Molly Knobloch's been
and Reinhardt
come out of the game.
She's
Reinhardt,
out.
and you got Rory Ritzenaya there in the street clothes at the end of that row. And she's out at least 2 more weeks.
And as you mentioned, with the shortened season, that's tough.
Rowan Bengals.
Pascarella clears to the far side, stopped up by Kostick. Pass a little too far for Stevenson, headed by Clausen. Kicked at by Bennett, turned by Lucy Wynn. Wynn slides it ahead for Stevenson. Stevenson needs some help back for Jamie Jimenez. Bounces away from Hosick. Pascarella leaves it there for Sanchez, near side, right under the foot of Sammy Pruill and out of bounds.
Cardinal throw in.
Molly Terabeza and Ava Kerr will check back in. Terabeza, the leading goal scorer. Ava Kerr has the goal today. Molly had 2 of the 3 goals in the Blaine Cardinals' 3-2 win over Andover last week. This one poked away out of bounds by
In for Coon Rapids,
Kostick.
number 15, Molly Terabeza, and number 16, Ava Kerr. Throw in for the Bengals.
Pascarella in the middle, a little bit of room. Slips it to Nean. Comes back, Pascarella for Pruill. Bennett back to Pruill. Into the middle for Stadden. Stadden wanted to turn and shoot, but that was blocked and just trickles in where it can be scooped up by Allie Hedlund.
We're just about halfway through this second half, and I think Coon Rapids would like to see if they can generate something. Down by 2. Still plenty of time left in this game, but they have to put it on a tally, I think, here fairly soon if they want to stay in this one.
Along with heads up in the crowd. With Terabeza fresh off the bench, they tried to push it over the top and let her run on, and Enlow was not going to let that happen and fired it hard into the stands, the home stands. So just making sure her parents were paying attention.
Yeah, they weren't sleeping. They just woke them up.
Dad, get off your cell phone.
Cardinals turned it over.
Pascarella again, another steal and running with room. Ahead for Pruill on the left wing. Pruill waits, slows, stops. Back into the middle. Nean couldn't really get anything on it. Pascarella had a touch and got it in and did a nice job of avoiding contact with the diving Allie Hedlund. Lucy Wynn run over there by Stadden, and we get Coon Rapids a free kick. Turning with it is Stadden. Stadden chips it for Pruill. Pruill shoots with the left foot, punched away. Stadden fires the rebound over the top.
Oh, and she
had a wide open cage.
She got a little too anxious. Wish she had that one back. But look at the size difference between those two. She's Stadden's we talked about it, a physical, bigger player, as just pushed away by Hedlund, and Stadden beat her to the
Look at the look on her face was awesome.
Yeah, like how did I miss that?
And again, that's bigger if she hadn't scored the one earlier to give them that 2-goal cushion. But the Bengals running free right now and controlling the ball, getting more and more confidence, more and more looks. Here's Nian in the middle, a shot and a save by Hedlund, bobbled and finally controlled.
And
she's been busy.
I was going to say, she's had a very busy evening.
And she's played well.
Yeah, she has.
She's come up with a number of big saves.
I mean, that one right there.
I talked about early in this contest, you know, averaging better than 10 saves a game through the first 4. In her first year at goaltending especially, that's pretty good. Left-footed shot by Stadden, well off the mark. Ball girl's getting a workout back there too. I like their enthusiasm, their hustle.
And for the Bengals, number 12,
they've done a lot of running this season.
Sanchez, and number 17, Sydney
Simeon Sanchez checking back in for the Bengals. Moves it along on the right side for Amber Crone. Back into the middle, skips away from Claire Prohl. Stopped up by Kepke, but right to Pascarella. Pascarella trying to avoid the pressure from Wynn. Stops up, back for Claire Prohl. Prohl, near side, Sanchez. Shot is up off the crossbar and out of play.
And again, the Bengal offense does a good job of spreading it out and getting looks. This game, I mean, this game could be greater than the 3-1 score it is.
Yeah, and they've run a number of different plays to get different players open in different parts of the field and get really good looks at the net. Ian, far side, taken away by Kostick, and Ian comes right back and gets it to Stadden. Stadden with a shot, saved, rebound, poked in the wide open net by Alex Sanchez.
And the Bengals are right there at their 4-goal-a-game average. See it here, good feed. And Stoddard puts it on net. Hedlund gets a piece of it, but right there to clean it up.
Alex Sanchez.
Terabeza far side, chipping it ahead. Force trying to pressure Bosley.
Bengal throw in.
Sanchez settling and pushing it ahead for Walraven. Walraven tripped up, no call. Coon Rapids turns it around, stopped up and fired from a long ways out by Amber Crone, but another one over the net and another goal kick upcoming.
Well, you know, you're impressed with this Bengal team up 4-1. They're continuing to pressure, trying to continue to grow this lead.
Well, they've put some different pieces on the front end.
Yep.
Stadden, I'm assuming, is done for the night. Sammy Prohl perhaps as well. So they
why not at this point?
Yep, took the big guns off the field and try and see if they can work the offensive as effectively with some of their second string players on the field.
Well, and it's a great opportunity for some of those second string players to get some varsity minutes here. You know, you never know if somebody gets injured, you're going to have to step up.
Pasquarella trying to force it through. That was stopped up. Chipping it ahead is Crotcheville. And scooped up by Hedlund. Near midfield, Coon Rapids not even pressuring it.
Nope. After that third goal, it kind of deflated him. It looked like it deflated him a little bit.
Jimenez able to win the ball back. Kostik's pass a little too far for a win, and it'll be out of bounds in front of the Blaine team bench. Sanchez. A little too far in front of Molly Clausen and lost out the near sideline.
And checking in at goal.
Changing goaltender now for the Bengals. Madison Way will play the last 12 minutes of this contest. She found a way to get in.
She did it her way.
Oh, she did it her way.
Pass again taken away by Pasquarella. Dances past Jimenez, broken up by Hosek. Then Kostik had a touch on it as well. Long shot, well wide, another goal kick. Block pushes it ahead. Griffith able to get there before it got out of bounds, but let it get too far ahead of her. Taken away by Simeon, played out for the throw in.
Yeah, again, good smart defense. Just keep them wide, then push it out, set and reset. All while the clock continues to move.
Shot from a ways out, easily handled by Madison Way, but she gets a little action. Pasquarella taps it behind Koepke on the run. Stopped up and played out the near sidelines.
Checking in from lane number 27, Ashley Thureen.
Thureen back in for the Bengals. Ooh. That went up in the face of the Wall Raven.
That never feels very good.
Knobloch trying to win a race down the sideline. Bosley over to help. Crosses out front. Force trying to get to it. Played away. This one high and out the end line. Knobloch ends up back on the turf. Wondering why she didn't get a foul that time. Another look at the contact from Bosley. She's had a rough night.
She has had a rough night. As is number of the Cardinal athletes tonight have taken some spills on the turf.
Bengals trying to move again through the midfield into the attack, broken up by Ramnareis, and then turned right back by Simi. Menez and Simi go down, and a little bit of a tackle.
A little bit of a push back as Coach Karen got to be a little bit concerned.
Well, and his team got the foul out of it.
Yeah, well, and they should have, I think.
Kerr playing it back to the near side. Running onto it is Sanchez. She's got a step on Lodato, but slows down. Now into the middle. Kerr missed the clear, but able to shield Blaine so that she could get the ball.
You saw this, the time remaining in your picture, just right around the 7-minute mark now.
Back near side, Clausen pushes it into the corner, and coming over to scoop it up is Hedlund.
Oh, get our clock back.
Crone taps it back. Kradichabel over for Clausen. Head in the middle for Thureen. Pass back, tapped ahead by Bennett. One touched over. Pass into the middle. It's stopped up and cleared away by Kepke.
Throw in coming for the Bengals.
Corner kick.
Corner kick coming for Blaine.
They're getting plenty of practice on the corners today.
Yes, they are.
This is number 8 in the contest. We'll just tap short. And Sarah Force knocks Natalie Bennett to the turf. A little too much force used, apparently. One into the middle, redirected, it would go wide, but it will be cleared out by Griffith.
Throw in for the Bengals.
Bengals able to get the turnaround. Ian with the shot in that is handled easily by Hedlund. Steal by Bailey Payne.
Unless something miraculous happens, the Bengals will move to 4-0-1. Cardinals will drop to 1-4.
And they too will switch out goalkeepers.
Yep.
What kind of information you got for me on that?
I have no clue. I'm gonna guess. Is it maybe Evelyn Swanson?
Could be. I think that's a good guess.
And it's a guess. It's a guess for sure.
It's as good a guess as I could possibly come up with.
Oh, we'll call it that.
Sure what's happening here. confusion over whose ball it was supposed to be, and a lot of hand checking going on, and frustrations. Bailey Payne a little unhappy with the coverage from Amber Crone.
Blaine quickly gets it back.
Knobloch comes back, gets the steal, trying to send it in behind where Tara Beza could rush onto it, but the Bengals were ready for it, able to break that up and get things turned around back in their direction. Sanchez waits for it near midfield. Pressure coming from Macy Lodato. She has coverage over the top by Clausen, gets it back as they work up the left wing, back into the middle. Kerr trying to settle it, and now trying to keep it away from Crone. She's tripped up.
A little bit of a push. About 2.5 minutes remaining.
Cardinal throw in.
Cardinals will get the throw in.
Minutes remaining in the game.
Into the final 2 minutes, the Blaine Bengals 4-1 lead. Tara Beza trying to clear to the far corner. Long run for Molly Knobloch, and it's scooped up by Madison Way long before she gets there. Jimenez in the middle of the field, battling against Sanchez, able to get it back for Ramnerace. Ramnerace back to the near side, one touched by Griffith back, and it spins out of bounds in front of Macy Lodato.
Cardinals will regroup after this this loss. They're missing a couple of players from their lineup because of injury.
Cardinal throw in. Fans, as the game wind down, please remember to clear the stadium immediately following so we can get ready for our second game. Coon Rapids fans, you will exit.
This one over the top again, trying to spring Crone on that right wing. And with her step for step was Ava Kerr. Lone goal scorer for the Cardinals in today's contest. Way comes out, boots it.
Throw in for the Cardinals.
And that will do it.
And your Blaine Bengals remain undefeated with a.
So the Bengals continue their season without a blemish in the loss column.
Yeah, and you know, they did. Coon Rapids did such a great job on Stadden in the first half. She comes out as a goal and an assist in the second half, and really should have had a second goal into a wide open net. But they put 4 behind the keeper. They put a lot of pressure on all game long.
They did,
and they walk away a 4-1 winner.
And a nice game. They're a good club. They'll challenge things here when all is said and done. I think we're said and done, Joe, for this game, though.
We are. We have more soccer action coming. Already our third doubleheader this season.
Yeah.
And we will have more soccer for you when the boys take on the Blaine Bengals. But that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score, the Bengals 4, the Cardinals 1. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us to continue to support everything we do here at CTN. To the entire crew, including Howie Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying good night. everyone, and welcome to Blaine Stadium for CTN's live coverage of boys high school soccer. It's a Northwest Suburban Conference battle between the Blaine Bengals and the Coon Rapids Cardinals. Joe Young, Howie Shapiro up above the action, and Howie, a stiff challenge for the still winless Cardinals facing off against the undefeated Blaine Bengals.
Yeah, they've played really well. I believe they've scored, I think, 16 goals in 4 games, something like that. And they're a team that's going to, again, similar to the girls, they're going to put the ball in the back of the net, and the Cardinals defensively are going to have to find a way to keep them wide, limit their offensive production. And again, similar to what we talked about, see if they can keep it at a low-scoring game and just stay competitive.
The national anthem was played before the game.
Looks like the Bengals will get the first possession. Richie Pollock awaiting at center for the referee's whistle. It's broken. He lost the P. No, there it is. It worked.
He found the P.
Bengals trying to work it up on the left side. That pass a little too tall. Buchanan Harmon thought he might have touched it. Bengals going to push it all the way back to keeper Nick Sneen. Lime drive stopped up by Mo Fatty, challenging right at midfield. Lost out of bounds by the Bengals.
Throwing Coon Rapids.
Ali trying to get around the corner. It does. He's got good speed down the wing, but not able to get the angle he needed to get that back to Sibity.
Well, if the Cardinals just, again, can give them a little pressure down in their end, that's a good start for them.
Four straight headers, ball near the Coon Rapids net, turned around by Mena. Ali trying to shield, but losing it to Shane Garber. Gets it turned around for the left side for Palyanchuk.
Cardinal throw in.
And throwing for the Bengals. Keita long boot this side for Bowman, but out before he can get there.
Yeah, a little bit too much on that kick, and it'll be tough to get to that one and keep it in bounds.
Down into the corner, stopping up with it is Pollock. He was crossing out front. A great opportunity and a goal early on for the Bengals, as Tiga Kawigba turns and scores and puts the Bengals on the scoreboard less than 3 minutes in.
Again, a nice feed inside and a quick goal for Blaine.
Scoring the first goal for the Bengals tonight, senior number 10, Tega Koekba.
Goal by Tega there.
It was a good job getting it to him, and he just settled it, shielded his body, had plenty of room. Kicks back against the grain, not much chance for Caleb Winter.
No.
Good setup on the play by one of the captains, Richie Pollock. Adam long boot. Again, Bowman racing into the corner, had it swept off his foot and out of bounds by Abdel Rahim, and it will be a corner kick.
Nice job by Rahim to win the battle to the ball, and but now you got obviously you got a situation where you set up a corner kick, always dangerous.
That one went through everybody. Tomas Mena using his speed to get to it, turned back in by Tura Delu. Turning is Koegba again, and that not a lot on it off the left foot.
That's an easy save for Winter.
Mena on the right wing. Long pass attempt broken up by the boys in blue. Bengals trying to organize through the midfield. Sharing ahead for Pollock, leaves it back. Keita trying to get it over on the far side. Mendez there to stop that up. Mo Fatty's pass was behind Abdel Rahim. And that shot partially deflected and easily scooped up by Caleb Winter.
Yeah, you're going to see the way that Blaine plays. You can see a lot of pressure all game long from the Bengals, and that's something that the Cardinals are just going to have to figure out defensively, how they can stop this team. Scores a lot of goals.
Bowman long boot to the back end. Back post. Good header. But Winter able to get there as offense running through Tega Kohigba early on for the Bengals. Pollock leaves it for Bowman. Settles and moves it back for Garber. Along it goes now for Adam. Lamar Adam gets it to Kohigba. His pass didn't have enough on it, broken up by Mendez, but recovered by the Bengals quickly. Here's Mo Fatty for Yukon Harmon. Back for Fatty. Head for Abdelrahi Ali. And the cross recollected by Bowman for the Bengals. Challenged by Sibity, but they move through.
I like Sibity. Good player.
Recovers.
Quick. Pesky.
He's got a great name for broadcast.
Yep.
I can see eye to eye with him.
That's
Pollock
always
moves
that's
it
always
ahead
strength.
to Kohigba. Kohigba dancing, leaves it off. Coming back to get the steal is Abdullahi Ali. Cross pass broken up. Chance for Pollock, and he just booted that one. Got it in a good spot, had just enough room and just didn't finish his strike.
And he's shaking his head. He knew he had an opportunity there, and he let it go.
Throw in Bengals.
Mena again able to get in, interrupt things, and get possession back for the Cardinals. Fatty trying to get past, but had it stripped by Keita. Pass ahead, stopped up by Kish. Kish waiting and sends it ahead. Stopped up there by Shirian. And the Bengals again get numbers to the ball and not afraid to play it all the way back and get Steen involved.
Throw in Cardinals.
Over the head of Padalya and Chuck, and there was no chance he was getting up for that.
Cardinals throw in.
Cardinals going to get another throw in here. Still a pleasant evening. 75 degrees here at game time.
Very pleasant.
Yeah.
The good sign right now is that goal kick means they've at least spent a little bit of time in the offensive end. Like to see it lead to a better scoring opportunity. Bengals obviously already scored one. They've had a couple of other decent looks at the net. Still very early, obviously, inside the first 10 minutes. Have been a little bit of a
little hold, you think,
on Ryan Bowman, but was not called. Garber moves it back for Kita. Back across for Adam to play it back. And a little bit of contact as Mena went by, and down went Tura Delu.
Cardinals should look to see if they can generate a little offense here. But it's tough when the Bengals are spending a lot of time down in your end.
Eukin Harmon
speed
accelerating, and
offsides.
Both Cardinal forwards were well behind the defense. Early warning from our official. I don't know if there's some jawing going back and forth between Mena and some of the Bengals, but
I hear the band over, at least I think I do, unless it's in my head. I've known to hear music in my head when it's not really playing.
Is it typically xylophone?
It usually is.
No?
It's
Okay.
usually, but there's mostly show tunes.
Frequently it's
show tunes on the xylophone. Oklahoma.
Long boot in with the left foot, turned around by Fisk. And a long run to the other end. Sibity will challenge, but Shirian gets it turned around and back near midfield. Bengals lose it out of bounds.
Cardinal throw in.
Ali Abdel Rahim throws it in to Mo Fati. Here's Eukin Harmon. Harmon trying to push it ahead. That was rejected by the Bengal defenders. And they move it back the other direction. Kita running with it, has some room. Pushes it ahead to the goal scorer, Kohegba. Crossing, headed by Pollock. Wynn trying to get to it, able to tip it away, but stopped up there by Kita. Kita is shot, and that is well high and out of play.
Well, good thought by Kita. He was able to move to his right and open up some space for himself, but just too much on it.
Bengals quickly able to get a couple of heads on it, get back in position. Mo Fati dispatched with Pollock. Pollock a little slow to get up, maybe hoping to draw a foul, did not.
Nope.
But the Cardinals not able to force it all the way in. They will get a free kick here, though.
Oh, 12 minutes gone by. 1-0 lead for Blaine. Head coach Brian Chapman. Your left.
Kish, the boot that goes wide, and a goal kick for the Bengals.
Well, Cardinals trying to get an opportunity going down in that Bengal end, and good thought, just a little bit too much on the pass.
Headed back by Mena. Shireen tried to argue that he got it out off of Ali, but not the way our official saw it. Ali settles to Abdel Rahim. Back for Mo Fadi. Fadi clears it across for Mendez. Pressure quickly coming from Badaljanchuk. Mena. It's going to be called for the trip.
Yep.
Bengal throw in.
And the Cardinals just really having trouble just getting anything going offensively. Also against Coon Rapids.
Well, Sibity can't run over a whole lot of players, but he did.
He tried.
He did manage to run over Shane Garber right there. That pass just out of the reach of Badaljanchuk.
Bengal throw in.
Garber plays it up top for Kita. A little too much on that one into the near corner, and goal kick for the Cardinals.
Again, he had some teammates in front of the net that just pushed it long.
Skips away out of bounds off the foot of Zach Newby.
For the Cardinals, number 22, Barreri Ramos Dominguez, and for the Bengals, number 14, Jack Moore.
Mo Fadi looking for some room, looking for some help, gets it back to Mena. A one-touch ahead into the corner. Ali tracking it down, but he was offside. Zachariah Sherian goes cross court to get something going with Alec Thureen. Getting in and getting the takeaway is Mendez for the Cardinals. Can't get the pass through, turned around. Pushed in deep, long run for Wagner. He'll get there first. And it's taken right back by Jack Moore. Moore and Wagner battle. Pass got away. Zach Newby ahead for Kohegba. Newby trying to give it back to him, a little give and go, and lost it out the end line.
Yeah, it was a good thought. He tried to feed him, again, get around the corner, but just pushed it way too far. Tried to kind of curve that one around, but didn't miss by a lot. It's on the other side of the goal post.
Wynn tapping it back to Winter. Ahead for Mena, and here's Yukin Harmon. Stripped by Newby. Pass comes through to Abdel Rahim. Tries to get it ahead for Ali, too far. And Thureen will just play it back for his keeper. Clear wasn't very effective. Comes right back in on him, and Sneen will just throw it out this time.
Yeah, he doesn't waste any time. He just gets rid of it quickly to see if the Bengals can set something up downfield.
Moving quickly, and in full possession to the attacking third. As they get set up, that pass a little bit out of the reach of Amar Adam. Instead, Tomas Mena able to get to it. Brian Mendez trying to get it back to him and does. Pushed ahead. Ramos Dominguez tried to get it across, and that was broken up. Mena ahead to Ramos Dominguez. Pass crossed up Harmon, but he's able to recover. His shot hit Ramos Dominguez. And now here's Garber moving the other way. Pass intercepted by Mo Fatty. Fatty taps it over to Yukon Harmon. Harmon take a shot. Not a lot on it, but it goes wide. Out of play. Goal kick coming next.
And for the Bengals, number 5, Ruben Sharkovic, and for the Bengals, also number 8, Brian Abogi.
Couple of substitutions for the Bengals just about midway through this first half. They lead 1-0 on the goal by Kohegba in the 3rd minute. Slipping on it was Sneen. Comes free where the Cardinals had it momentarily, but then gave it right back.
Oh, Bengals have been nursing that 1-0 lead, scored early on, and held off the scoreboard since. Cardinals looking for their first tally.
Long boot from Yukon Harmon just over the crossbar and out of play. This is their best scoring opportunity.
I was just going to say that.
There.
Yeah, he did a nice job. He struck the ball well, but it just a little bit too much elevation on it. But again, he got a good look. I don't know if maybe it was tipped a little bit coming through, but nonetheless, good scoring chance for Coon Rapids.
Headed right back to Harmon. Harmon's pass behind Fatty. Turned over and played back behind the Cardinal defense. Wagner keeping it away from Moore, but taken right back for the Bengals by Sharkevich. Back for Garber, chips it into the near corner, and that will be out the end line, a goal kick for the Cardinals.
So we're just under midway through this first half.
Checking back in for the Bengals, number 24, Richie Pollock. Cardinal throw in.
Harmon trying to get through a couple of defenders, got by one, got tripped up a little bit. Cardinals trying a little deception, did not work. Pollock back the other way for the home team. On the foot of Kita, he's challenged there and it knocked away by Yukon Harmon. Here's Mo Fatty in front of Kita, gets it back to Yukon Harmon. Harmon trying to run right past. Played away by Thoreen.
Had too many blue jerseys there to maneuver the ball through.
Garber to the near side. Fisk there to take it away for the Cardinals.
Bengal throw in.
And a little bit of a hold there by Novak. Will get the Bengals a kick, and it's a spot not ideal, but close enough that you can do a lot of different things from here.
Well, yeah, I mean, it depends on how they set their offense up, but yeah, you can.
Sherian going for that back post, too much on it. Another goal kick.
Once Coach Aerosmith told me that these guys played a lot together during the summer, so the chemistry and the cohesion on this team is really good.
Tap it back. Sherian can't get through. Garber ahead. Back over for Keita. Blocked up by Ian Wynn. Abdel Rahim looks to clear. Novak along the sideline, had it tipped away out of bounds by Sherian.
That was good hustle by Novak as he's used his speed to get to that ball.
Mendez ahead for Ramos Dominguez, working against Dalu. Play it back. Here's Mena. Cross is broken up by the Bengals. And they spin it back away from the net. Adam Wagner forcing it back in for the Cardinals. Opportunity for Novak. That may have been partially blocked.
I think it was.
But it wasn't.
Was it?
No, they're giving it they're calling it a goal kick. So.
Okay.
Just didn't get up on top of the ball.
You know, this Cardinals squad beat the Bengals last year 3-1. So left a little bit of a bitter taste in their mouths. Wanted to come back and make sure they got this win.
Cardinals calling for the handball. The call won't come. Tomas Mena over the top. Novak is there. Slide tackle to get it out the end line. And it will be a Cardinal corner kick, as Sherian was not going to allow him to cut back in. Thoreen able to poke it away from Harmon back out of bounds. Heads it right back. Ramos Dominguez trying to get to the back corner, is headed away again. Here's Novak in the middle. He has it taken away. And the boot ahead will send Wagner back on his heels, looking to clear. A battle along that sideline with Sharkevich being held up a little bit by Mendez, and that'll get free kick for Blaine.
Again, the Bengals trying to use that speed on a breakout, see if they can get an opportunity there. And good, it was placed nicely, but weren't able to really keep that under control.
A second yellow card assessed to the Cardinals.
Oh, got another yellow card for the Cardinals.
I think that one went to the coach Ryan Chapman, or questioning the initial.
Yeah, we're going to see it right here. There's the yellow card on Coach Chapman. He's just going to take a walk back to the
penalty. How penalties are taken and responded to in the game of soccer is unlike any other sport.
Yep.
And not all of this, we still have that same free kick. Just got to do some documentation, make sure you got the paperwork together. Oh, the number numbers he's got to take down. Check, make sure we're on schedule for halftime.
Yeah, I think
13
we're
minutes away. Let's play again. Ian Wynn, the first to get a header to it. Eugen Harmon.
So fast.
Speed and all the way along, but lost it up the sideline.
Bengal throw in.
Jack Moore was doing everything he could to keep up, but
I think he runs faster backwards than I do forwards.
oh, I guarantee he runs better faster backward than I do forward. Sideways, on his knees.
Crawling.
I might be faster if he's crawling.
I don't know.
All depends on how long the race is. For 10 yards, I'd win the race. If it's 20 yards,
Well, you'd
probably
be sitting down by 15.
Right. The Bengals were looking for a push there on Mena, and it would have been in deep. They would have had a great chance. I'm not sure it was quite in there. Great effort by Mena to get the back heel kick there. Fatty able to win the ball, and a couple of Bengals collide, and he gets the pass to Eugen Harmon at midfield with room, blasts it into a defender. The defender went down, and then we had a whistle, and we've got a Blaine yellow card. Not sure what Mr. Pollock did, but
He'll have to come to the bench.
yeah, Tura Dalu was a little slow to recover after taking that shot to the midsection by Eugen Harmon. So here you go. You've got a Bengal team that is clearly outpossessed, outchanced the Cardinals.
Oh, yes.
They have a 1-0 lead, but a set play from the Cardinals right here in a great spot. This could be a tie game.
Man, he's got the ball set just the way he wants.
I don't know if I've ever seen anyone take that much time inspecting the ball and the turf before placing it and then booting it through
the uprights. 3 points.
It's contagious because now here goes Sneed taking his time, making sure he
Got to be placed on the turf well.
Puts it on a good spot of turf, has the label turned just right.
In for Coon Rapids, number 5, Brian Mendez.
Ramos Dominguez trying to get it back to Mena, but that was interrupted, and here come the Bengals the other way. Kish able to get it back near midfield. Novak had it slipped away from him. Tyro takes it. The near side. Zach Newby into the corner, had it swept off the foot of Bowman, and here's Abdel Rahim. Chipped it out the M line, so it'll be a corner kick. A little miscommunication on the part of the Coon Rapids defense. Headed down by Mena. Newby will get back to it. Go to that back corner again. It bounces away from Sharkevich. Mendez had a header on it. That shot attempt blocked. Sharkevich fans. Shot from Jack Moore just skipped wide, and a goal kick for the Cardinals.
I think that one surprised Winter a little bit.
In the game for Blaine, number 7, Roman Adaychuk, number 10, Tega Kohekba, number 11, Amar Adam, and number 24, Richie Pollock.
Mena pushed as he went up for that one, so that will get the Cardinals a free kick. Kish's boot again stopped up with a Bengal head. Blaine's doing a really good job of intercepting all long through balls, being the first to 50-50s.
They're
really
not
making it difficult for Coon Rapids to get down in their end at all.
Yeah, they're just Cardinals have had really very few chances here tonight.
Sliding and taking it away is Ian Wynn in front of an advancing Richie Pollock.
Yeah, and if the Cardinals, they'd love to obviously get a goal here, but if they can keep it at 1-0 going into the half with a little less than 8 minutes left, that's a pretty good opportunity. And I'm sure Coach Chapman would think that you know, obviously down 1-0, guys got a chance up. You know, they just have to be able to try and generate something offensively.
Blaine throw in.
There's a lot said with that look from Coach Brian Chapman.
Yep.
But gotta be careful. Already got the yellow card. Don't want to completely hand over the reins and have to exit the stadium. This one behind the defense. Ramos Dominguez pressuring, but played out by Righty before he can get there. Mendez in for Novak. Tipped away out of bounds by Thoreen.
Cardinal throw in.
That'll be another throw in for Coon Rapids.
That should lead to a kick from a good spot. You can harm it a little slow to get up. That's a big concern for Coon Rapids fans.
It certainly is. We're going to see what happened here. Looks like his feet went underneath him, and seems to be okay.
Helped.
Yeah.
Don't like the way he was holding the hamstring.
Nope.
Tomas Mena with another one from a good spot. Went direct last time, missed high. Mena strikes it at the bottom of the wall, gets it right back. Tried to push it back into the middle for Yukon Harmon. Continues to be a one-man battle, keeping it in the attacking end. That one played by Novak off of Moriarty and out of bounds. Novak will get it on the throw-in. Bengals able to get it right back. Abdel Rahim taps it back, bounces away from Ian Wynn. He's able to recover, get it ahead for Mena. Mena just feeds the sidelines as Brian Mendez is running onto it. Reversed by Harmon, but broken up by Sherian. Sherian will get it back now. And ahead for Coagba. Coagba, the goal scorer, way back in the 3rd minute. Bengals a lot of possession time. Couple of other decent looks, nothing fantastic. Coon Rapids maybe one good scoring opportunity in the first.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Abdullahi Ali is back in the contest up front for the Cardinals. Abdel-Rahim got it into the middle for Harmon to Mena, and here's Mendez on the right side. Chips it ahead into the corner. Strong shot from Sibity from a short angle.
And that was their best opportunity.
For sure. I didn't know if he would try and shoot from there or across, because he did have Ali coming on the near side. Felt he had the better angle to take the shot, hope for a rebound, and Ali would have a wide open net, but Sneen able to make the save and hold on.
That's the key here, goaltender. Don't let that rebound out, because it usually leads to bad things.
Ali flying down the left wing, and that didn't have the right angle on it. Tracked down. And Mena ran into the keeper, Sneen.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Two minutes left in this opening half. As we mentioned, we saw a goal early and nothing since.
Eugen Harmon looking for Abdel-Rahim, but instead going back the other way is Sherian. Cross, and stopping up to block that pass was Ian Wynn. A shot from a long ways out. Skipped away from Winter, but he's able to dive on the rebound.
Yeah, he made sure that he dove and brought that ball in.
Mendez with the steal, tripped up at midfield, play goes on. Deep into the corner, cross back out front, Wynn able to get a header on it, his shot, and a huge save by Caleb Winter. Zach Sherian came hammering down the slot, and that ball came right to him.
He really did.
Because here's
that's the one that he bobbled at first.
Bobble in the cover. But this one headed away and just right. Sorry, it was Amar Adam that had the great chance and a huge save for Winter as we reach the final few seconds here in the first half. Adam tripped up in the box. Collision with Abdel-Rahim.
That's it.
It's going to expire, so Blaine will go to the break up by 1. A goal in just the 3rd minute. A lot of possession, but no extra tallies. Cardinals right in this one. You're watching live boys high school soccer on CTN.
Honey, what I think you need is a socket wrench.
I played JV basketball.
I'm sorry. I don't think it looks right.
This is good, and it's all good, baby.
Is it really all good?
If you love me enough to routinely test your handyman skills, not to mention the strength of your marriage, then of course you'll visit nhtsa.gov/the-right-seat to make sure I'm in the right car seat.
I'm gonna call my dad.
After quarantine, everyone's bound to look a little different. Some people gained a little weight, others lost some. Some had longer hair or new beard. With Joe and Howie, it was a little different. Don't get me wrong, they acted like the same old Joe and Howie. But they came back with a different energy. But something was off.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sports Night. I'm Joe Young. And I'm Howie Shapiro, and it really was.
Watching your favorite Cardinals sports live is getting even easier. Whether it's CTN Cable Channel 859, the CTN Facebook and YouTube pages, or now live on our Twitter page. You choose how you want to watch Cardinal Nation. With CTN, you'll be able to catch all the big plays, all the emotion, and all the fun of Coon Rapids sports. CTN Coon Rapids, stay connected.
Blaine Bengals have controlled the action almost entirely through this first half. They got on the board in just the 3rd minute. Tega Kohegba with a great turn and score. But that's the only tally. The Bengals spent close to 80% of that first half in the attacking third, but they have since come up empty. The Cardinals just a couple of looks at the Bengal end. That one off, high off the foot of Buchanan Harmon, and then the late effort from Sibade toward the net. Great chance late in the game for Amar Adam, punched away by Caleb Winter. So the score remains 1-0 in favor of the home team.
Well, we talked about it in the first half. If they could keep it at 1-0, they've got an opportunity coming out here in the second half. Again, the biggest issue for Coon Rapids was, give credit to Blaine, they just couldn't get anything going offensively.
Pollock, that was deflected. Mendez just got a piece of it, poked in behind the defense. Kish moved it along, and Abdel Rahim tried to get it to Ali. Slid out, and the Bengals turn it back around. Medallion Chuck attacking down the right wing, forces the turnover out of bounds. Kohegba turning, working against Abdel Rahim. Lost it out of bounds. Throw it over the top to him. That's interrupted by Kish. The head skips away from Harmon. And the Bengals quickly just reverse. Adam has it poked off his foot by Mendez. Pressure coming on Kita. Kita trying to find a friend to get it to. And they are not afraid to use their 11th man on the field.
No. I think Blaine coming into the second half probably maybe a little disappointed. They're only up 1-0, so I think they're going to try and continue to pressure here. They'd like a little bit of a cushion.
Well, certainly, no matter how much they've outplayed the Cardinals to this point, they're still a bounce away from a tie game.
They are. That's why I think they're a little disappointed. The fact they outplayed Coon Rapids so well in that first half, and not a lot to show from it. So they're looking to see if they can go up, put a little breathing room between them and the Cardinals.
Get an opportunity on the corner kick here.
Corner kick coming for the Bengals.
Ryan Bowman will handle the responsibility for the team in blue. Short chip into the middle. Kohegba redirected right into a Cardinal defender. Poked away by Mena. Abdullahi Ali challenging, but Garber able to get it turned around, but lost out of bounds to the Cardinals.
Cardinal throw in.
Call that one on the Cardinals. I mean on the Bengals.
Fatty tried to turn to the middle of the field, surrounded by blue jerseys. This is Pollock back the other way. Lamar Adam down the right wing, chips it back across in too deep, ends up over and out of play. Trying to see if he can just chip it over and get the attack coming at the back post for Ryan Bowman.
Rolling for the Bengals.
Cardinals again get some penetration down the wing, but support comes from the Bengal defense, and they get it quickly turned around and back in the Coon Rapids end. Mendez through the middle, one touch back to Fatty. Eukin Harmon pressured by Pollock, able to regain control. That pass poked away. Bowman back to Pollock. Pollock met by Harmon. Gets it away, chipped ahead by Abdel Rahim, and then turned right back by Alex Thareed. From a long way out, misses a lot. Another goal kick.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that tonight from Blaine, just pushing it over the top of the net.
Chance from right out front, but right at the goalkeeper, Caleb Winters.
Well, you see the Bengals coming out in this early part of this first half, pretty much controlling, again, possession and keeping the action down in Coon Rapids end.
Mendez awaits the throw in. Pollock moving it across. Badalnichuk. Sibity trying to chip it through and get behind the defense, and that's instead played back to Steen, who gets it ahead for Bowman. Little give and go. Bowman able to keep it in bounds. Pressured there by Novak. Gets it back to Harmon. Harmon steps over it, trying to go back to the far side. Instead, it's Badalnichuk who has it. He and Kish were grabbing at one another, and Kish going to be called for the penalty. Badalnichuk right to center, broken up by Ian Wing, comes right back to him. Leaves it back. They spin another one into the middle, headed away by Tomas Mena. Mo Fatty and Eukin Harmon. A little give and go, and then the through ball way behind the defense. It'll be played back to Steen, and he will clear it out off the head of Mena. And Pollock recovers back to Bowman.
You talked about how well they use Sneen, and you know he's another, as you mentioned, not afraid to use that 11th guy, and he's a good weapon. He's aggressive and gets the ball cleared quickly.
You turn the field quickly if he's got that kind of leg. And clearly, he's not afraid to come out of his box to play the ball either. Sibity trying to spin it back toward the middle. Eukin Harmon giving chase and able to get there in front of Keita and get the steal, but Bengals get it right back. Here's Pollock. Head up, moving it over to Poljanchuk. And then back into him. Poljanchuk stopping up, has some room. Crosses for Pollock, he whiffed on the shot. And play continues. Here's Bowman. Pressured by Mendez. He spins one wide. Now to play, another goal kick for the Cardinals.
Yeah, that was a great setup. I mean, and again, just whiffing on that opportunity. A good opportunity to get a goal right here.
Pavel Janchuk, nice breaks.
He just put it right on him. He really whiffed.
Just completely whiffed on it. Wishing he could have that one back. But he may get another opportunity with the amount of time the Bengals have spent on the attack.
Well, they've controlled this second half. They're about 10 minutes gone.
Blaine throw in.
Wagner can't clear. Adam trying to get around Mena. Mena able to get it back. Kish, one touches for Harmon. Harmon in some trouble. His pass taken away by Podolyanchuk. Kish gets the steal and up the wing, but out of bounds.
Bengal throw in.
Kita through some traffic, pressured by Fatty, able to maintain control. Plays it back for Garber. Garber with a little bit of room, tried to poke it through the middle, and that didn't quite click. And another chance for Caleb Winter to get his defensive breathing room. Sneed short passed, and Shireen nearly had his pocket picked, but the Bengals able to clear it again in deep. Ian Wynn will get it in front of Koegba and move it along for Kish. Kish trying to work past Podolyanchuk along the sidelines. And he would, but they lost it out of bounds, and we've got some subs. And away we go.
Yeah, trying to get some fresh, few fresh legs in.
Pollock back to Podolyanchuk. I've only tripped up on the name
Just a couple of times. Just a couple.
He touches the ball a lot.
He does. He's quick.
Again, deep in the corner, trying to cross, broken up by Wynn, still high. Free ball, and Adam Wagner will get it cleared out of danger. The rain settles. Pass through the middle is broken up again. Bengals continue to pressure.
Bengal throw in.
Kita played it back, and Thereen is just going to send it all the way back to Sneed.
He's got a boot.
Kish, first one to touch it, and then bad pass by Harmon, taken away by the Bengals. Mena chipping it ahead off of the back of Ramos Dominguez, and then out in front, too far. Trying to get Abdullahi Ali behind the defense. Sneed instead throws it ahead for Bowman. Bowman's through ball denied by Wynn. Big tumble for Amar Ahmed. Amar Adam, that is, as Mamodo Diba went down low for the defense and sent him flying. 101
I like
Dahlman.
it. Dahlman. Asian.
Love it. You have socks like that, though, don't you?
I have several pair of socks like that. That and orange.
It's good to be seen.
It is. You know me. I like attention. We've talked
Really?
about that before.
I had never noticed.
No, you didn't notice?
No. They go direct, and the shot by Pollock is just over the crossbar, out of play, goal kick.
Yeah, it just skims over that crossbar. Cardinals avoid a situation there.
Smart play by Wagner, just plays it off Bowman out of bounds. Long run to the far side. Novak able to save it back to Kish. That took Podolyanchuk by surprise, and the Cardinals trying to regroup and change fields. Wagner leaves it back for Wynn. He'll push it ahead, stopped up by Dalu. Pollock battling with Wagner. Wagner goes down, that draws the whistle. And the free kick for Coon Rapids.
I like the fact that, you know, how aggressive that Blaine is in there in the offensive end, and giving Coon Rapids fits in terms of getting it cleared.
Novak's cross attempt cleared away by the Bengals, and that may be the deepest downfield the Cardinals have been in this second half. Here's Pollock running, trying to get past Wagner, able to get it back for Wynn to clear. Stopped up by Kita. Bounces free. Mendez touches it over to Mo Fatty. Fatty ahead for Novak. Novak trying to get it for Ramos Dominguez and had a little too much on it. Here's Tura Dalu ahead for Kohegba. Kohegba against Dibba. Dibba able to poke it away and then blast it back near midfield.
Yeah, nice job staying with him and then clearing.
Touched by a hand, so quick free kick. Bengals not wasting any time. Dalu working against Mena for Pollock, and now with Bowman. Dalu's shot blocked by Wagner out of bounds.
Rolling for the Bengals. In for the Bengals,
Jack
number
Moore
5,
and Ruvim Sharkiewicz.
Number 14, Jack Moore.
Sharkiewicz?
Could be.
I was waiting for the PA announcer.
Say something.
He announced Jack Moore, but not Ruvim Sharkiewicz. I think they call him the Shark.
They could.
Sharky. No.
No, I don't know. I don't know about that.
Bengals working their way around the corner, but Sharkiewicz way down. No chance to cross that far enough back where a teammate could get a good strike. Dalu sends it right back to the Cardinal end. Wagner gets it to Fatty. Ramos Dominguez gets past one man. Dalu able to disrupt again. Kita try and sweep it along to the left side, broken up by Dibba, and now handled by Shane Garber. Garber floats it to the backside. Bengals regroup with Jack Moore. Turning with it is Adam. Long shot from Garber is wide, and another goal kick is on its way.
Yeah, but you have to also be impressed with the amount of time that Blaine is spending down there and getting those opportunities. Again, they can't get anything to count, Joe, but they're trying to get that second goal and give them a little cushion.
They're getting a lot more time to work on their offense than are the Cardinals.
Absolutely.
A great header. I think that was Medallion Chuck. It was. Garber stops it up. Medallion Chuck on the sidelines, able to split a couple of defenders. Cut back again, trying to get it into the middle. That's stopped up.
The match for the Cardinals, number 3, Ali Abdul-Rahim, and number 16, Yahya
Novak
Sabeh.
trying to send it along. It's off of Bengal and out of play. Tomas Mena trying to cut back across. Take a shot. Not a lot on it.
Nope.
But it's a shot on goal.
Well, they
and
need
at this
those.
point, that's a start.
Yeah, because they haven't had many.
Especially in this second half. I'm pretty sure that's their first shot attempted in this second half.
I think you're correct.
First time that they've had possession more than about 10 yards into Blaine territory.
Yeah, again, he didn't get the kind of kick on he wanted on it, and kind of topped it a bit. A relatively easy save.
Okay, for the Bengals, number 17, Zach Newby, and number 19, Caleb Bertha.
A little more than halfway through this second half.
Kita shielding Mendez off the ball. Able to find some room and get it to Dula down the wing. Will give and go, trying to spring him, but instead Ian Wynn will poke it out of play. Kita into the middle. Shot didn't have much on it from Jack Moore, and booted away again by Caleb Winter. And the longer the Cardinals hang in this game score-wise, the more dangerous they become.
Well, yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, totally outplayed by the Bengals, but just down 1-0. If they get an opportunity to tie it up, it would be huge.
And you've got to imagine a Blaine team, obviously not going to underestimate a conference and border rival, but came into this game looking, we really have to be 5-0 after this game. Knowing the Cardinals struggled scoring, only 3 goals scored in their first 4 contests, but still an 0-1-3 record. But they didn't want to see Coon Rapids get a chance to add to that tie column either.
No, I mean, you don't want to give any confidence, so I think that the fact that the Cardinals just down 1-0, they have to feel pretty good about themselves in terms of how they play defensively, and again, your goaltender's done a nice job of making some saves.
That last redirect, it looked like the Bengals were looking for one more body to be over on the near post. Sharkevich plays it back more to Garber. Garber stepping in. He's tripped up. And this will be another set play from a very dangerous spot for Blaine.
Yeah, and you can't keep giving him these kind of opportunities because they're going to eventually make things count. See what they do here with this opportunity, but they've had several of them. Most of their attempts have been gone up and over the net.
Melvin Kita will also go direct and directly at the keeper.
Yeah, again, easy save for Winter.
Harmon ahead for Novak. Novak trying to push it into Sibity. Sibity got there, but sliding to take it away was Sneed.
Again, you talked about his aggressiveness in this game, and he came out and beat him to the ball.
Ian Wynn able to recover, get back in front of Moore and get it to Winter to be cleared away. Thought Moore was offside on that, but no such ruling from the official. Kita cutting back into the middle. Pedalian Chuck gets it back to him. Sorry, that was Sharkevich. Far side, Zach Newby.
Hey, no throw-in.
Good job getting the ball.
Returning to the match for the Bengals, number 24, Richie Paula.
Again, knee coming out, disrupting what they want to do.
Nice little header back to himself, and here comes Sibity with that speed coming over is Thoreen. Thoreen fell down, Sneed jumped over. They're going to call Sibity with the foul.
Then you talked about using his speed, getting to the ball, and I don't know, I don't see a foul there.
Yeah, I don't see where the foul was. Just because somebody falls down doesn't necessarily mean a foul.
Exactly.
I
love the way he jumped over him and just get to the ball.
I was just going to say, I love Yaya sticking with it, you know, quick hurdle, and he's right on the ball in a good scoring spot.
Cardinal throw in.
I wonder if Yaya has any sisters.
Why you ask?
Well, if he does have sisters, plural, would that be the Yaya sisterhood?
Of the traveling pants?
No, not necessarily. That would just be Yaya's sisters. So I would think that would be a sisterhood of Yaya. So therefore, Yaya sisterhood.
Okay.
It's a long way for a joke that wasn't very funny. But, you know. You work with what you got. Shapiro.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
Break.
That's all you can do. Hey, I didn't say anything. I didn't question you.
Pollock, again, getting into a passing lane, stealing the ball, and just getting it deep and setting up the Blaine offense. A little bad pass there, taken away by Ramos Dominguez, kept in near side by Pollock. Held off it by Yukon Harmon.
Cardinal throw in.
Still plenty of time left for Coon Rapids to do something. They just, you know, have to figure out how they can mount an offense. We talked about just limited opportunities here.
Bad pass was taken away, but one right back by Garber. Kita, long boot from Ryan Bowman is up over the net and out of play again. Kita heads it right back toward the net one more time, and Wagner clears it out.
Throw in for the Bengals.
Again, doing a good job of getting back there defensively. And then clearing it out.
Number 13, Ryan Bowman checks in for the Bengals.
Good thought, but out of bounds in front of Dalu.
Rapids throw in. Bengals row in.
Kish ahead for Mena. Little too much on that, and that's out of bounds on the far side.
Another Bengals row
What a surprise, Red's here. Always good to see Red.
And another.
Made the road trip.
He did.
Hey.
Not too far. Not much of a road trip. But
the #1 super fan.
Got to be at all the games.
Title don't come easy.
It does not. He's earned it.
Bengals again just so confident in their abilities to back up, pass it around,
Bengals
reset their attack.
Taking in from Blaine, number 7, Roman Pedalianchuk, number 8, Ryan Obwogi, and number 10, Mega Kohegba.
Pollock had to get away from him a little bit. To Pedalianchuk, back into the middle. Redirected by Kohegba, but going wide, and Winter slides on top of it in front of DeLu.
Yeah, he had to get to that ball in a hurry because DeLu was right there.
Cardinals row in.
Harmon trying to find some room, stopped up by Kita. Kita will lead the rush the other way. Slows, moves over to the far side, settled by Pedalianchuk. Sliding left-handed shot, headed away by Adam Wagner. Kita settles it and can't get it through. Mena gains possession over Pollock and gets it ahead for Ramos Dominguez. Yaya Sibity taps it to himself, gets around, uses his speed, takes the shot, and the save made by Sneed.
He had a nice strike on the ball too, but Sneed had to quickly knock it down.
Well, and that's the kind of thing that could be absolutely a killer for the Bengals as long as they maintain that 1-goal lead. Is that a play like that ends up behind their keeper, and they could end up being in a tie instead of a game they have clearly controlled.
I mean, just look at the acceleration, able to get past the defender, and then he gets a good boot on it. Obviously, the best chance of the half for the Cardinals.
Brian Abwagi a little shaken up, hence the stoppage of the clock.
Got to come out. Didn't want to come out. Got to come out.
That's the way it works when they stop the game.
They do. Yeah, no choice.
Sharkevich is back in. This one fed behind, sliding out his Sneed. 2 Cardinals crashing in as Ramos Dominguez and Sibity were both charging onto that ball. Bowman to Sharkevich, back to Bowman. Bowman from a ways out, up over the net, and out of play.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of that this evening with just getting looks from a decent spot, but pushing it over the top of the net. Under 7 to go.
Fatty over the top.
Checking in for Coon Rapids, number 8, Mo Fatty.
They get through to Mena. Mena able to come away with the ball, play it back for Kish. Kish spinning it into the middle. They keep it away from Sibity. Cleared by Kita. Sharkevich just ran over it, and Mendez just taps it out of bounds.
Bengals rolling. Bengals rolling.
Bowman back to Kita. All the way back. Played along by Sherian. And out the end line, a goal kick, Coon Rapids.
Well, the clock continues to tick on Coon Rapids. Trailing 1-0.
Wagner can't clear, able to get possession back and keep it away from Sharkevich, but then the pass taken away by Podolyanchuk.
Cardinals roll in.
And we're down to the final 5. Still a 1-goal game.
Yeah.
That goal by Kohegba rather, all the way back in the 3rd minute.
Yeah, so it's been a scoreless battle since then. You know, and I misspoke earlier. This team averages about 3 goals a game. So still, the fact that you're keeping them 2 under their average.
Stepping up and getting the steal is Kita, trying to get around the corner on Dibba, and does. Now crossing, Sharkevich heads it back out of bounds.
Blaine throw in.
Kohegba challenging, but punched out of bounds on the near side by
Bengals
Adam
rolling.
Wagner.
Of course, the Bengals not going to be in any hurry at this point. They'll let the clock continue to tick away with that 1-0 lead.
DeLu, good toss, and that one bounced.
Oh.
Huge save right there by Caleb Wagner. Kohegba looking for his 2nd of the game. And I think it was Podolyanchuk that was on the far side, just missed the rebound, which he would have had an open net.
Oh, that would have been a goal. He'd be able to get a foot on it.
But a great opportunity for Kohegba and a diving save.
We'll see it again.
Keeps this a 1-goal game, and there you saw, yeah, Podolyanchuk was right there, and it was just out of his reach. And so now the Cardinals attacking, his shot just misses wide, and it'll be a goal kick for the Bengals. Another look at the left-footed shot by Yukon Harmon.
Blaine throw in.
Lost our ball boy.
Yep.
And like you said, the Bengals in no hurry to get it back in, but the clock has stopped.
Yes, the clock has stopped.
Mena up the wing for Kish. Back into the middle. Stopped up by Harmon. Harmon looking for a lane. His shot blocked. Came back to Keita. Keita trying to clear. It's Mena that waits.
2 minutes remaining.
And here's Mo Fati. Trying to feed it back to Harmon. Taken away by Keita. He'll chip it ahead. And a long run for Dibba to get to it.
Coon Rapids throw in.
Mendez challenged by Daru. Daru able to hurdle a sliding defender. A long left-footed shot goes well wide. And another goal kick for the Cardinals.
Yeah, Winter's going to have to kind of quickly get that ball in as time is winding down.
Men a long boot ahead. Headed down by Therien and Thereen, and cleared away by the Bengals. Cardinals throw it right back in. This one's saved on the end line by Sneen. Just waits and now scoops it up. Under a minute to play.
Oh, look at that boot.
He put some hair on it. Sharkevich out front, sliding out to cover it up is Caleb Winter. Cleared away by Keita out of bounds.
A smart play by Keita, again, just pushing it out, letting the clock run.
Pollock able to sidestep. Broken up by Wagner. Comes back to Pollock. Down to the final 10, and they give Sharkevich an opportunity to come in. Slide tackle by Wynn. Gets it out of play, but the buzzer sounds. And the Bengals will hold on for a 1-0 win.
And they did hold on, too, because they had scored, as you mentioned, they scored in the first 3 minutes, and looked like, they were going to try to control this game on the scoreboard, but they couldn't do that and give credit to the Cardinals. The only disappointment for the Coon Rapids Cardinals is they weren't able to score a goal. They had a good chance late in this game, but couldn't tie it up.
Well, a couple of chances late in the game, and those were the kind of chances that really could have come back to haunt the Blaine Bengals, because if they walk off this field tonight anything other than winners, they would have to feel that they did not accomplish what they should have, because they clearly controlled this contest. But they let the Cardinals hang around, and then those good opportunities late in the game, fortunately for Blaine, did not end up in the back of the net.
Yeah, and again, so they'll move to 4-0. Coon Rapids still looking for their first win of the season. I'm sorry, 5-0. Still looking for their first win of the season. They're going to be 0-4-1.
0-2-4-3. They were 0-1-3 coming in.
Oh, what did I say?
0-4-1.
0-2
They're
0-2-3.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. We got it.
All right, you got it all figured out.
I have it figured out. Just finally, it's about the end of the game.
Well, it's been a long evening. The Blaine Bengals, though, able to secure a sweep in this doubleheader. The girls by a 4-1 score. The boys beating the Cardinals 1-0 on a Cohegba goal in the 3rd minute. And that's going to do it for this edition of CTN Sports. Again, the final score, Blaine 1, Coon Rapids 0. I want to thank everybody out there for joining us, continuing to support everything we do here at CTN. For the entire crew, including Howard Shapiro, I'm Joe Young, saying good night.